Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go.
And we are happy to have your company wherever you are, especially those at www.thebridge99fm.com and also those listening right now at www.irijamradio.com. We are live in the tri-state area. DJ Roy is I won't say my partner in crime, but he's my brother, taking care of us on that side so that all of the New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut region can hear us loud and clear. And we're here in Jamaica in the studios of Bridge 99 FM, broadcasting on frequencies 99.1, 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, and 0.9 on the FM band. This is the moment of truth, the moment that you have been waiting for as ourselves. His name is Winston Rodney. OD, because he was given that honor and award by the government of Jamaica, the Order of Distinction. He's better known by the stage name Burning Spear, and he's a Jamaican roots reggae singer, songwriter, vocalist, and musician. He is a Rastafarian and one of the most influential and long-standing roots artists to emerge out of Jamaica. He joins us now, having been nominated 12 times for Grammy Awards in the Best Reggae Album category and winning twice. We have a multiple nominee and a multiple winner, and indeed a living legend. Good morning and welcome, Burning Spear.
Yes. Give thanks. Give thanks to the listener. Give thanks to you guys, who set things up and set things the way it should set. And last but least, man called Zazan. I am just giving thanks to them, knowing that we're doing something like this today. Give thanks.
Thank you and welcome. Myself, Richie B, and DJ Roy out of Irish Jam welcome you. Roy, you want to hail the big man?
Let me say first and foremost, it is an honor to have you live on the radio with us, taking time out to, just talk about your career and the new songs and the new album. So welcome to Bridge 99 FM and Irie Jam Radio here in New York City. I know that's your home, away from home also, broadcasting live from Queens, New York. Welcome to the living legend, Burning Spear. Welcome, Bridget.
Yes, sir. Give thanks.
We also welcome Zazan. Of course, Zazan has been quite actively taking care of a lot of the charitable contributions that Burning Spear is making in Jamaica through his foundation, the Spread the Love Move Jamaica. Welcome, Zazan.
Greetings and blessings, man, and it's an honor to be among so many giants.
We welcome you and we thank you for joining us, man. Burning Spear, this is a moment that we would not have heard even in my 30 years in radio, where we're getting a chance to hear you speak on the air like this. Was that a deliberate strategy why you did not actually necessarily appear as many times as others have on radio in interview settings like this?
Well, sometimes the time got to be right, and it leave up to who gonna be doing what or who gonna be setting up what. And some people might think I'm more like a labor guy, a low-key guy, who don't really like to be up front. But sometime in life you got to be up front. Mm-hmm. So therefore people could identify you and see who you are and what you're standing up for and what you've been doing or what you've been saying,
Yeah. And what is certain, though, is that even if you did not accommodate many of these kinds of interviews, you spoke strongly through your music. Because look at it, when many of our Jamaican artists were singing, songs like Tra-la-la-la-la, I Love You, and so on, you were singing about Marcus Garvey, Words Come to Pass. You were singing about Christopher Columbus was a damn blasted liar. And you were setting it up like that from early in your career.
And that man was singing, do you remember the days of slavery? Shook the world musically.
Yeah.
So that militant stance was coming through from very, very early, and it seems deliberately as well, Burning Spear.
You see, what really happened with Spears, like, what I do, it's a gift. It's not about talent, no disrespect to people with talent, but what I did is a gift. I get this gift, with my creativity, by the Most High, and I try not to be late, when I get that call, to express, myself based upon the gift musically, so people could get the full understanding about where I stand and what I stand up for. So I'm here for the people, and my music also is for the people. My music is not about color, race, nationality, or religion. My music is all about the people, the people's music.
Right. But Spear, question. What was it like back then? Because, when you look at who was, as we say nowadays, hot at the time, they were covering songs from the States. They were covering, Sam Cooke. They were covering the Drifters, the Delphonics, the Blue Magics. But you were coming out and singing roots rock reggae. How was it received back then?
Well, that is what I've been told to do, to sing roots rock reggae. And to be honest, I wasn't thinking that it would be smooth for me to come through as an artist and expressing myself in the way I express myself and what I've been saying through the music. For at that time, you don't have a lot of artists really saying what I was saying. I was standing up there for the foundation, the roots, and don't forget about Bob also, who were there standing up in that same manner, for what he believed in and what he sent to do musically.
Interestingly, you mentioned Bob there, because even in the drop that you sent us, you actually paid respect to Bob, and it's interesting that we have you on this morning, so you can speak a little about how the connection with Bob came about, and a big suggestion that Bob Marley gave you, which you acted on to start your own career. Take us through those moments.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I met the man. As I say, in the opposite part of St. Anne, 9 Mile, the man was going to his farm, with his donkey, a lot of plants and stuff like that. And from argument to argument, I asked him, how can I, where could I go to get started in the music business? And I remember Bob told me to go to Studio One. First he said, Studio One? I said, no. And he said, off Brentford Road, and I just followed the instruction. And I remember sometime get up early, one morning saying that I got to find Studio One. And I've been there, and I found Studio One. And my first song was Door Peep Shall Not Enter This All Alone. We wise and true man stand sipping from this upful cup of peace. So therefore I did that to chant down Babylon. And I come to the realization, Babylon is no individual. Babylon could be any man or anyone. It's the system.
It is the system indeed. Interesting story that is, in terms of how Burning Spear met Bob and the suggestion that Bob made. Just before DJ Roy throws another question in the mix, I know for sure that, and it is quite evident, Burning Spear, that your music is influenced a lot by Rastafari, and definitely you're a student of Marcus Messiah Garvey. What is it about his teachings that impressed you so much?
See, the first time I heard about Marcus Garvey, it was right at the corner of Main Street and Market Street in St. Anne's Bay, where I'm originally from, listen up on Bert. And after I listen to them keenly, and I see where the reasoning, what they were reasoning, going, and I remember, and after the music hit high, and I were called upon to express myself musically, no way I could forget Marcus Garvey. I always remember what those men were talking about. And that is the first step of my influence based upon Marcus Garvey, right at the corner of Market Street and Main Street. And from there on, I'm on to Marcus Garvey words come to pass. Mm-hmm. I said, do you remember? I go by and say, old Garvey. Mm-hmm. I said, Mr. Garvey. And it go on and on and on and on. So it's like a full story about Marcus Garvey through the music. when, as a young man growing up and was listening to music, never heard anyone really get in to that kind of course, get into our history, get into our greats, the people who were there, the people who paved the way for not only Jamaican, but especially back in this country, in the United States of America. Marcus Garvey came to this country and opened the eyes of black people and stand up strong and make sure give them a flag, the red, the black, and the green. So I was really into that, I no way I could go into the studio and not saying Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey stand up. He's the first man who really stand up. I think Marcus Garvey opened the door of Jamaica and spread Jamaica all over. And Rastafari strengthened the roots and the culture. And history, it's like on my new album, I have tracks saying Marcus Garvey. I have tracks saying so many different things. I have tracks saying Jamaica.
Yes.
Jamaica history, roots and culture is very important to the future. Why passing the essence to be somebody else? It's best to stand up for something, stand up, than stand up for nothing. One thing I know for sure, a true Rastaman will always be a Rastaman. And it's go on and on and on. This track called Jamaica from the unreleased album, No Destroyer. This album been recorded since 2011. Wow. And the only thing came from this angle is the single Mommy. Daddy loses job. Mommy get laid off. Filling out application. Don't mean you might get that call. It's a long line waiting to get that call. Up to this day, the line is still long.
Still long.
And also what I love about Spear is that all the instruments that are in his songs, and when you catch him live, you get the same vibes, the same feeling. The horns are there, the strings are there, the bass are there, the drums are there, percussions are there, everything is there. Spear, sir, and let me use the word sir too. One of my favorite songs, I'm going to play a little bit of it, and I'm going to ask a question after. Now, Burning Spear.
Yeah.
This song, when I think about how long ago you recorded the song.
Yeah.
And over the last, I'd say, 18 months or so, in America, we've had over 30 Christopher Columbus statues taken down. Something that you spoke about, as we say in Jamaica, donkey years ago. 33 plus statues have been taken down in America only, and there's still more to come down. Your thoughts? Your thoughts, Bridget?
Prophecy revealed.
It's kind of funny, we're going to school, you have to listen to the teacher and what the teacher telling you, and you got to believe that's the teacher, and
yes.
The teacher knows it all. But after school, there's another level of teaching, and learning, and I reached that level so I could identify what the teacher was telling me about this guy, or the guy was a good guy. The guy was a bad guy. You understand?
But people back then were afraid to say it, Spear. Afraid.
They could not say it, They could not, But you got to make your student believe. You're there to convince your student that's okay. This is it, and this is how we're going to deal with it, and this is what you should say. You know, so in those days, you know. But as a man grow up, you know, and dealing with the music, and I could identify some things what did not right and wasn't in the right place, then I start to put them in place through the music. You know.
I'm trying to remember what it might have been like in terms of the acceptance of radio stations, especially here in Jamaica, when you use the particular line, Christopher Columbus is a damn blasted liar.
But I know Jamaica was so into Christopher Columbus. You know, Christopher Columbus like one of the number one.
Yes.
You know, but as we say, we know, you know, our knowledge grow, and we grow also, and, you know, it's a different kind of understanding start flow itself too. So we could see the guy who they were saying was a good guy. He was not a good guy, you know.
Yeah.
This guy was a bad guy.
Listen, you made a memorable appearance in the movie Rockers. I remember I watched it. Horsemouth came to your place. He complained that they stole his bike, and you took him down to the seaside, and you did a performance of Jah Not Dead. I have to ask you, Burning Spear, how much of an impact did that movie, the appearance in it, have on your own career?
There is a lot of impact, you know. It did a lot towards me and my works, you know. After involved in that movie and sing the song what I sing, you know, with me and Mr. Wallace, our Smoke, and it did a lot, and it opened doors for me also, you know. And then there's a lot of things happen what shouldn't have happened, you know, also. But I move on, and we got to keep moving. We can't look back. You know, once you look back, you're going to stay back. So we keep moving. But it was good, you know, being a part of that, you know, and it sent a strong message, and it causes people to even know more about Spear when I get involved in that movie. You know, I might not really benefit anything financially, but I benefit other things, like it opened doors, you know, and you have more people listening to Spear and Spear music. That's what it does for me.
So Burning Spear, when I listen to this song, and again, let me also shout out a friend of ours, Flint G. Damani. Very, when it comes to your music, when I go to his place of work, he's always talking about Spear, and he would always give me DVDs or CDs with you. And what I notice is that even though your music is predominantly talking about, you know, sufferation for people of color and what we've been through, when I look at your audience sometimes, I see 80% Caucasian people, which means your music is universal. The message is real, and everybody accepts the message. A song like that, they took us away from Africa with their intention to steal our culture. How do you perform a song like that in front of thousands and thousands of Caucasian people?
But it's easy. I'm an artist. You know, as I say, you know, I've been sent to do a work, and I have to do the work. And the way I do the work, I create space within doing the work, so everyone can have their space and feel what they feel in their own way. When I hit the stage, you know, I'm not looking at my fans. I'm looking over my fans. I never look them in the face. Never. So I know I don't want no distraction when I'm delivering the work, the duty, the message. No distraction. So I keep a straight face. Yep. And at the same time, I'm doing everything on stage what needed to be done. You know, I keep moving. So yes, they took us away from Africa with the intention to steal our culture. And the good father passed by and said, humble yourself. There's a lot of things wherein if people did humble themselves in or with, things would be better for them today. Some people try to go ahead of things. No humbleness. Humbleness is very important. Not only in music, but in other things, you know, amongst yourself and people. Yeah. So, yes, that's a strong song, and that's a good question. How do I go on the stage and open my mouth and sing those lines in front of all these people?
Let me tell
hundreds and thousands.
Thousands.
Of people.
Thousands, man. I mean, this brother doesn't do club gigs. He does arenas and stadiums all over the world.
Talking about club, listen up. The first time my solo show, the first time I sold a show out,
Yes.
was in Toronto, Canada in the 70s. Capacity 61 people, and that was a sold-out show. That was my first sold-out show.
Humble yourself.
And look
That
at you
was
now.
my first solo show in the 70s back in Toronto.
6-1 capacity.
61 people, and many band play and didn't sold it out.
Wow.
Fantastic achievement. Well, listen, when I introduced you to an audience inside of Long Beach, California at the Ragamuffins Festival, the only time I had the opportunity of doing that, it was about 28,000 people. And I remember I was seeing you for the first time, and you stepped out there. And let me tell you something, Roy, Spear has a way that one song will last several minutes.
Yes.
And just the instrumentation alone is moving the crowd like he's singing away. When he opens his mouth, it's a whole nother ball game. I live to see you perform again. I hope I get that chance, Burning Spear, sometime in the future.
I burn everywhere, you know. I burn in Africa, Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa, Kenya, you name it. Just you must make it straight. The name Burning Spear originated from Kenya, you know.
Yes.
But Jomo Kenyatta once called Burning Spear. And when I go Kenya for the first time, oh my God, I couldn't believe. The people were there, they were waiting, they were hungry for this music.
Yeah.
They were hoping up. Everything was right. Nothing went wrong when I've been there. Oh my God, I enjoy myself musically down to the ground.
Yeah.
When I look in front and knowing that I'm opening my mouth. I open my mouth and my voice for millions of people of all different color. But when I look in front and back in Kenya, all the heads were black heads. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All the heads were black heads.
Touching moment.
Yeah, that's it. I go back to my people. I go back to where I originate from. I originate from Africa, Jamaican born, American citizen. Yeah. So I go back to where I originate from.
Yeah.
South Africa, oh, that was cool, man. Senegal, Nigeria. I've been all over in Africa. Mm-hmm. And I take a good look on Africa and see how rich Africa is. Mm-hmm. But leaders of Africa need to open their eyes. Open their eyes as wide as they can so that people can see each other from a distance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. East, West, North, and South Africa.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I take part of the credit and maybe even part of the blame for having him on this morning in terms of highlighting some of the sizable contributions that this man is making to our country. And it's not the kind of thing, because he's not someone who boasts, but we thought, and I had to convince him, that it's important that people understand that you are giving back in some sizable and meaningful ways. And that is why he has utilized the services of Zazan, who's one of the guests right now, to do stuff in Jamaica. Zazan, give us an indication of some of the things that you have been doing with the support and backing of Burning Spear.
Oh, man, let me just first say pleasant good morning to Radio Land. And thank you for welcoming me, Sir Richie B. And let me tell you something. It is amazing when I am here listening and saying to myself, am I still in the same company, or am I just listening to the radio station?
You're a part of the conversation.
I'm a part of the conversation. It amazes me, But yes, one of the most memorable things, I remember was helping this man called Daddy Leroy. He had a huge tumor on his face. And Spear, that's when I got the call that Burning Spear wanted to talk to me, and I laughed and I said, who are trying to trick me? Because I grew up listening to Burning Spear music. My father, so I always play a Burning Spear in the house. And so when I talk to the man, I actually scream out, because I couldn't believe it. Yes, and I talk to Burning Spear, and he was a support there for Daddy Leroy. He assisted us in many ways in helping that man remove that tumor from his face. Myself alongside Prince Hall. And even the other day, he said, listen to me, Uncle Zaza, I'm going to try to imitate him. I want to give to the homeless in St. Anne's Day, in St. Anne, as a matter of fact. But I want to give them something that they may want and can't get. And so what that Spear said, KFC, I right away touch a card. Because I remember as a boy, I used to see KFC and the scent and everything, and I would have wanted a piece. And I said, you know what? Yes. And we feed almost 100 people between St. Anne's Day and Ocherias thus far.
Fantastic.
Right now, there is a place in Portmore, Gregory Park, called Train Line. It's one of the impoverished community. People are dirt poor there. And I don't even know if I'm at liberty to speak some of the things that Spear have planned.
Well, you're going to have to, Spear won't. That's one thing.
He doesn't blow his own trumpets, you know that.
That's how he is. We love him for that, too.
But what you're saying is that there are some big plans to continue to support and different communities across the island as you go forward. That's what you're really saying, Zazan.
Yes. This man is committed, and he said two things to me that teach me something, and I apply that to my life every day right now. He said there are two kind of people in this world: one that wants and one that need, and I encounter that every day. Every day I encounter that now. You have some people who want, even quick to ask you. Because if you get to no, you go to the next person. But the man who need, he don't even have the strength to ask, much less to hear no.
Wise words. I want to bring back Spear into the picture, and just to say commendations to you, Father Burning Spear, for all the good that you continue to do, because it is obvious that giving back and supporting, especially the less fortunate, it's something that that you're keen to continue to do. So congratulations, sir.
Yes, we got to give back, and you got to give to those who need, as I said to Zazan, for the man who really needed him can afford to ask, and somebody tell him no. It don't make sense him ask if it's gonna be no.
Yeah.
But the man who wants something and come to me and you and the other guy who think that we might just give to him. Him don't need it, but him know him will get it, so him ask for it.
Yeah.
So it's very important to give back. We got to give back something. It's not like, okay, you don't have to give back. No, you don't have to give back, but I think that you should give back something.
Yeah. And we appreciate that, and we commend you on it. Our music has gone through many changes and still continues to evolve, Burning Spear. Let me ask you quickly, what are your views on what you're hearing from the now generation, and is there reason for concern from a veteran like yourself?
Well, what I really hear now, to be honest, the music business is not like before. And it's a lot of things, not only the music business, it's not like before. But we're talking about music, and to the condition and the situation where the music is right now, it's not like one time you could go to the record store and you buy a vinyl, a CD, or a DVD. So musically now, you have to look at it from a different level when you go and deal with it. It's not like you're doing performance like before, big festival and stuff like that. All these things not taking place no more. So where the music is today is that we as musicians or players of instrument or artists, we have to come up with something wherein we can be still active, dealing with our music and getting our music out there to the people, especially to the fans, and there are many ways to get it done the way I've been talking. So this is it for right now. Yes, we know that the the virus out there, and it prevents a lot of people from move around, prevent a lot of people from go places and do things what they would really like to get done. But regardless, I still believe this music, reggae music, where it's going from here, do I really know where it's going from here, based upon everything what I just talked about? No. But at least we can find a direction for it. If we work together, we can find a direction for this music and keep it and protect it, especially the music what's standing up for something, the music what's saying something to people where people can relate to, the music what will became a guideline to the people in this time or any other time. But this music, it's supposed to be a foundational music, you know. This music's supposed to be a music. We pass on from generation to generation to generation. It's like when I used to tour, and when these folks come to my concert, they pass it on to their children, and I could live to see their children reach 15 and 16, and in some places, especially in Europe, young people go to concert. I know a lot of young people, I've been seeing them from they were 14 years of age and 12 years of age. Yeah. That's the way Europe run, you know. So this music, we have to remember, say, it's a foundational music, and we want it to pass on from generation to generation of generation, so it continue. And I would like my works to be in that kind of that movement, so people will come and listen, and this person will go on, other people come, and people go on, other people come, and the music will always be there. For the music ain't going no place; it will always be there.
Music alone shall live.
Yes.
When can we expect the new album?
To be honest, I don't know when I can make that announcement saying the album possible might be releasing this time or that time. I don't know. Just as I was saying, the way the music business is today, you know, and having an album from 2011, I got to be careful if I'm going to be releasing this album now or when. But of course, this album did have to release by all means necessary. But when, I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe another single, who knows? You know, if that is what it's gonna be, then that is what it's gonna be, another single. If I'm gonna be releasing another single from this album, is a single called Jamaica.
Well, we're looking forward. We're looking forward to that. We are already enjoying Mommy, and we'll continue to support that. And if Jamaica is the next single, send it on, Burning Spear. Just send it on.
and when you're ready with the album, we need a part 2 to this conversation for the whole album.
I feel with music, man. You know, I bless with music. Oh, God, Jah, Rastafari. I will never forget Bob, man, that day when we met, man. You know, and from that time until this time, the spear been burning, man.
Yeah.
There will never be another burning spear, another Bob. No. Ziggy say so.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the fact.
We agree. And it's good to know that you're alive and still kicking, still active, and still excited about your musical works, brother. We know that we saw your tribute to Robbie Shakespeare the other day, and we also lost Garth recently. But listen, Burning Spear, you're alive and we're happy.
We did a lot of work together, man. Robbie playing a lot of Burning Spear album, Jack Ruby time, you know.
Yeah.
And Randy's record, and you know, VP, them time, Jack Ruby, Linda, Sly and Robbie, Levi Wallace, Asmouth. We do a lot of work.
Great brothers. Burning Spear, it has been our tremendous pleasure having you this morning. You've made my day, and I feel like my career is now made. DJ Roy.
And all I would say, when the sun goes down and the moon goes up, I will call on you. Right.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I will call on you.
We recalled a great man this morning. We called him, and we recalled some of his history. I hope they enjoyed it. We'll get a chance to talk with him again as it becomes necessary. Thank you, Burning Spear. Good morning.
Thank you too.
Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Pat. Good morning to all your legions of fans all around the world. Thank you, Zazan. Have a great day.
Yes.
Take care.
Jamaica, be safe.
Everybody. Bless
you. Jamaica, be safe.
There you go. From the words of Spear. Richie B, what an interview, man.
What a vibe. What a vibe.
And I know we're fresh out of time, so let's do this on Friday.
Yeah, without a doubt. Take care, Roy. All the best.
Much love.
Every time.
Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.